Hey guys, Nate Wind here, and today we're talking about lighting. These tips are aimed a little bit more toward beginners and people who haven't really been making videos for too long. So if you're a little bit more of an experienced video creator, you may or may not already be familiar with a lot of these tips. But either way, I hope you're able to get something out of this. So let's get into it. Here are 6 lighting tips to make your videos look better. Number 1, lighting is the most important aspect of getting a good image. Any camera on the market these days is a good camera and should be able to get you a good image. But the most important part of that is to have good quality lighting. So whether you have a professional cinema camera, a mirrorless camera, or a DSLR, or just a phone, you should be able to get good quality video as long as you have good lighting. Number 2, soft light is the most flattering light. So there's a time and place for having harsh light for certain effects and things like that, but overall, generally, the softer the light, the more flattering. It tends to cover up blemishes and wrinkles and bumps and overall just imperfections in the skin. So like right now, right here, you can see it right on that camera right here, I have a giant softbox, and this is helping me to look like this. So let me show you real quick what it looks like without the softbox, and you'll be able to see the difference. So now that I took my softbox off, and I put it over here, as you can see, now this is the harsh light on me. You can see there's a lot more shadows here, and I have these harsh shadows on my nose and on my eyes and all of that. So not as flattering as this. See, the shadow is just a little bit less on my nose, everything's just a little bit softer. Which brings us to our next tip, bigger diffusion is better. What I mean by that is that this softbox is giant. Let me film this real quick for you. This softbox is massive. Back to that camera. What you want is for it to be the largest diffusion it can be, while still being practical, of course. So like in my old apartment when I used to live in Brooklyn, it was much smaller space, so I had a much smaller softbox. Here, I have a little bit more room to spread out, so I got a bigger softbox because I just wanted it to be as big as possible so I can get that nice, soft cast. But also keep in mind that the size is all relative. So the closer this softbox is to my face, the larger it is relative to the size of my face. So whereas if I push it farther away, it becomes smaller relative to my face. So that's why I have it right here, just off frame. So literally the edge of the softbox is right where my hand is right here. So it's super, super close, right to the edge of the frame. Tip number 4 is use a window. The cheapest and quickest way to get soft, good lighting is just to go right next to a window and film yourself there. Really all you need if you just need something quick, easy, and cheap. Pop up next to a window and just start filming. What it does is the glass in the window takes those sun rays and diffuses them, similar to what a softbox does, as long as the sun isn't coming directly through the window. So that's the quickest, easiest way to get soft lighting. All you need is a window. Tip number 5 is use a ring light. This one I bought for like 20 or 30 bucks on Amazon. It's pretty cheap, super easy to set up, super easy to use. Let me get it set up and then you can see kind of what it looks like. Fun little bonus tip, cable ties are amazing till they fall off. All right, let's get this thing in front of the lens. Whoops. Go. All right, so now I'm gonna cut that light. And this is without the light. And I'm gonna turn this light on. All right. So this is what a ring light looks like. And this is how you set it up. So I have my lens right in the middle of the light shooting through it, but you can't see it on the outside. Don't mind my girlfriend's vanity behind there. So some people really, really like this look. Some people aren't huge fans of it, but it's all preference. There's no right or wrong, it's all preference. The other thing that some people see is that, see, it has a little catch light in the eyes, and some people either like or don't like that because you get the circle catch light. It's a pretty inexpensive, quick setup, easy way to get nice, soft lighting. So let's go back to my softbox. So now we're back to my softbox lighting, which means it's time for tip number 6. If you only have one light, like I do here, and you don't want any of this shadow on the side, and you just want to fill that in, you need one thing. And that one thing is a reflector. So for those of you who don't know what a reflector is, it is either white, gold, silver, black, comes in all different types of colors. What this does is this takes light, this takes your main key source of light and bounces it. So if I want the color to stay neutral, I'll use the white side and I will literally just put it over here. See the difference? Of course, out of shot, but normally I would set it up on something or have someone hold it. But see the difference? So reflector, no reflector. Reflector, no reflector. Or if I want it to be a little bit warmer maybe on that side, do the gold side. And then see how it kind of gives a nice little gold, orange, warm hue to this side. No gold, gold, no gold. And then when you're done with it, the best part, you twist it up into the small little thing. Or just, you can use literally like white poster board or really anything that's reflective that won't change the color or will change the color to what you want it to be. Use it. So it all kind of does the same thing. And that's it. I do want to do one bonus tip before you go. I just want to say, with all of this said, there are no hard and fast rules for lighting, for making video. It's an art form, just like drawing, just like making music. There are guidelines, there are best practices, there are ways that you kind of can learn to hone your skills. But once you know those rules and once you know those guidelines, break rules. Figure out kind of what you want to do to get a certain look, get creative with it. It's supposed to be fun, so have fun with it. And that is everything that I have for you today. If you got something out of this video, if you learned something, if you picked something up that was new, or if you just enjoyed watching it, please hit the like button below, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications, and feel free to leave a comment down below too if there's anything to do with lighting, video, film, photography, anything like that that you'd like to see a video made about in the future, any questions you have, or additional comments or additional tips that you might have for others trying to figure out their best lighting practices. All right, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.